Did you know by installing water-efficient appliances in your home, we could save over 3 trillion gallons of water and $18 billion a year, and that our electricity production is the leading cause of air pollution in the United States? Did you also know that by recycling 1 ton of paper, we could save 17 mature trees, 7,000 gallons of water, 3 cubic yards of landfill space, 2 barrels of oil, and 41 kilowatt hours of electricity, which is enough to power an American home for 5 months. And by recycling aluminum alone, we can save up to 95% of energy by not using raw materials. Many of us are asking today, why should we recycle? Well, recycling reduces our reliance on landfills and incinerators, helps protect our health and environment by eliminating harmful substances in the water and air stream, and conserves our natural resources, which reduces the need for raw materials and reduces the use of energy. And a more important question is, what can we recycle? Well, the most commonly recycled items are paper, which includes cardboard, newspapers, office paper, and other types of paper, yard trimmings, grass, leaves, shrubs, and tree clippings, glass, bottles and jars, aluminum, beverage containers, other metals, steel cans, microwaves and stoves, batteries, both dry and wet cell, used motor oil, plastic, soda bottles, milk jugs, bags and detergent containers, tires, and other household items such as clothes and furniture. But instead of recycling furniture, we can reuse them. Only 20 states in the United States recycles more than 30% of their products. But what about the other 30? It seems that the majority of us are not aware of the importance of recycling, and it's time we learn the facts, especially since 25% of people don't recycle. Recycling and conserving our resources should be a main objective for all of us. With our increasing population, our resources are becoming scarce. Our population has doubled during 1950 and 2000, which has tripled the need for water, and will only continue to grow. In 2013, a recent study shows that 36 states will begin to have water shortages. Americans use an average of 100 gallons of water each day, and it's important for us to do little things to conserve our water. Upgrading a toilet and washing machine, turn off the faucet while brushing your teeth, fixing leaky faucets, and taking a 5-minute shower instead of a bath can save tons of water. Upgrading your toilet and a washing machine can save up to 50 gallons of water per use. Turning off a leaky faucet can save up to 8 gallons of water. Turning off the faucet while brushing your teeth can save up to 8 gallons of water. And a leaky faucet can use over 3,000 gallons of water per year, so it's really necessary to fix your faucets. And also taking a 5-minute shower uses about 10 to 25 gallons of water. And if you're like me, I like to take 20-minute showers. So I've learned that I should conserve water and take less time in the shower, because that uses 25 to 100 gallons of water. Electricity produces 40% of our carbon emissions, which is a main contributor to our global climate change. The demand for electricity is set to double by 2030, which is just around the corner, so we need to start conserving our energy now. Half the average homes use energy for its heating. A house can lose 25% of heating by having improperly caulked or sealed windows, and 30% of its energy is used from lighting. And so it's better to use fluorescent light bulbs because it uses 1/3 of lighting, 1/3 of energy, and lasts 10 times longer. Fluorescent light bulbs will also prevent 1,300 pounds of CO2 and sulfur being pumped into the atmosphere. Another way to save energy on electricity is using a microwave instead of a stove to heat up or defrost your items. Using a microwave uses 50% less energy. It's also good to buy efficient refrigerators and dishwashers, because an old one can use up to 70% of energy. The most common items that we recycle are paper, aluminum, glass, and plastic. By recycling paper, we reduce air pollution by 74% and water by 50%. 48% of paper comes from recycled items, and 73% of newspaper comes from recycled paper as well. Recycling paper is able to be made into paper towels, notebook paper, envelopes, copy paper, boxes, hydro mulch, compacted packaging, compost, and even kitty litter. By recycling aluminum, we can save 95% rather than producing aluminum from raw materials. Just by recycling one aluminum can can light a 100-watt bulb for 20 hours, a computer for 3 hours, and a TV for 2 hours. More than 50% of aluminum cans are made from recycled aluminum, and Americans throw enough every month to rebuild an entire commercial air fleet. Glass never wears out and can last forever. Most bottles and jars contain 25% of recycled glass. Lastly, Americans go through 25 billion plastic bottles every year, and recycling one plastic bottle can keep 20 billion plastic bottles out of landfills. Another interesting fact I wanted to mention was the use of styrofoam. For those of you who don't know, styrofoam is very harmful to our environment, and each year Americans throw away 25 billion styrofoam cups. Also, many of us hate receiving junk mail, mainly because it's junk. And I think many of us would hate it more if they knew if 100,000 people would discontinue sending out junk mail, we could save over 150,000 trees annually and thus receive no more junk mail. With some facts about recycling, it's now your turn to make a difference and help out our environment. There's many ways you can recycle, which include curbside service, in which you can recycle at your own home, drop-off centers, in which you can leave your materials for recycling, buyback centers, in which they pay consumers for materials, and waste companies, which buy recyclables from offices, businesses, schools, and industries. Certain cities have different criteria for recycling, so make sure you check the list. If you want more about recycling, you can call the recycling hotline at 1-800-CLEANUP. We want to make sure our resources will last forever. Don't you want the younger generation to have all the resources too? Start today. Recycle and reduce energy production and start saving our resources, one step at a time. And remember, it's never too late to make a difference.